I woke up this morning to some very good news. Finally, it has happened. We were thinking it was not going to happen for a while, but finally it did. So, this morning, our Prime Minister Mark Carney announced that Chinese EVs are indeed coming to Canada. He just came back from a trip to China where he met with President Xi Jinping over there, also other leaders, and discuss closer economic ties between China and Canada. I believe this is the first time that Canada went to China since 2017, but I could be wrong. So if you know when that actually happened, last meeting between the government of Canada and China, let me know in the comments below, but I think it was 2017. So this is good news. I mean, I did a video about EVs, Chinese EVs coming to Canada a little while ago, and I thought, wow, it's going to be a while before this will actually happen. But hey, here we are. Obviously, we have to curb our expectations. It's not going to happen overnight. Obviously, the Chinese government is going to think about who to ask to come first. I have some thoughts on that. I think the first company to enter the Canadian market is going to be BYD. I know some of you are not happy about that. You don't really like BYD cars, but they're good. They're interesting vehicles and they're priced very competitively. So that will be interesting to see who is the first company to enter the Canadian market now that it's been opened to Chinese EV manufacturers. But tell me, what do you think in the comments below will be the first Chinese company to bring their EVs here? So it's interesting. We're in very, very interesting times. I'm going to try to make this video as one take because I don't want to edit. I just want to put it out there and later today, just so that if you guys didn't see the news, you will see the video. So a few thoughts from my side of things. So number one, I think it's a good choice from our government to cooperate more closely with China, especially in the EV space. The cooperation that they talked about is not just about EVs, it's about also agriculture and especially our products being sold in China. So a lot of farmers in the prairies are probably very happy this morning when they woke up that the news hit that they will be able to sell their products in the second largest economy in the world, which, you know, China is slowly becoming even number one maybe in the future. We'll see, right? But anyways, there is some trade happening the other way as well. So it's not only us bringing EVs here. So kind of a recap of what's going to happen. So basically, the 100% tariff that was on because we were doing what the Americans were doing, right? So that's scrapped. What we are doing is we're putting a 6.1% tariff on any Chinese EVs coming into Canada. And we are capping the first batch at 49,000. Obviously, that can increase. We'll see how that goes, right? See if people are buying or not. But 49,000 cars will be coming in the first wave, first batch. That's why I'm curious which company or companies will be the first ones coming here. I hope it's also Zeekr, because that would be nice to have a car from Geely, which is the mother company of Zeekr, also owns Volvo, also owns Polestar, all of these things, right? So if Zeekr is coming, Zeekr, if you're coming, I want a Zeekr car, all right? That's my next purchase. But I think it will be BYD first. So the kicker here, though, is that 50% of these cars will be under $35,000. Now, they didn't mention if it's Canadian or US. I assume it's Canadian. It's from the Prime Minister's website, which I will link below if you want to read it. Go and read it. So a lot of the cars, 50% will be under 35,000, which finally will bring affordable vehicles to our country, so that people are no longer going to go in forums and say, hey, you know what, I can't afford to buy a Rivian, I can't afford to buy a Tesla, I can't afford to buy X, Y, and Z. Why aren't there more affordable options? Well, those affordable options are coming from China now. So that is good news. So next thing, what I also read through this Prime Minister's brief that when I was posted online was they will also cooperate, and here I mean they, China and Canada, on investment into clean energy, technology, agriculture, wood trade, and other things. So this is a very comprehensive, I would say, trade agreement that they discussed, right? So it's not only about EVs, it's other things as well. Plus, I'm sure that there's going to be some energy exports happening as well. And by that, I mean, you know, oil, right? So there's definitely something that we can look forward to. Now, who's going to benefit from all this? I think, you know, for me, I love electric cars. even though it's sometimes hard to be an EV owner in Canada, especially where I live in Alberta, because there's just not enough charging everywhere. But I still love to drive my EV. I will never go back to driving a nice car. My kid's first car that he's going to have once he gets his license, it's going to be a electric car. So for me, this is great news. Affordable cars, again, great news. And then some of the established brands that are already selling here in Canada are going to be, very happy about this turn of events as well. So for example, Tesla, right? A lot of the cars are made in Giga Shanghai in China, but due to the tariffs of 100%, they're not going to bring them over to Canada. There's no point. You can't sell at a competitive price. But now, because Giga Shanghai is going to be an option for Tesla to bring cars to Canada, you're going to see, hopefully, lower prices for some of these Teslas, because the Giga Shanghai cars are quite good quality from what I hear from my friends in China. So they always say Giga Berlin and Giga Shanghai have the best tooling, and the quality is the best. So looking forward to that. Again, another company that might benefit, again, Polestar, we talked about it, Geely, right? Mother company, Chinese company. Polestar has been selling cars in Canada, but again, they're never being price competitive, especially if you're going for the brand new market, right? Now, because of these very low 6.1% tariffs, Polestar cars are going to drop in price, hopefully, right? And Geely can bring in a lot of the EVs from Asia, from China, under the Volvo brand, right? I'm not sure what the MPV is that they have for sale in China. It's Volvo. I'll put it up here. I forgot the name of it. It's amazing. Like, I would buy that. If I was shopping for a family car and I want safe and reliable transportation, I would be buying this Volvo across the board, right? So these are some of the companies I think that they will profit from this. They will be happy about it, and consumers are going to get better prices and all of that. So obviously, we're happy about Chinese EVs coming in. Don't expect it to be bare bargain prices, like what you see on the YouTube videos from China where, oh, look at this $5,000 Chinese EV, right? They're still going to be a little bit more expensive than what they are there. If you want to see how much it would be, probably like Australia, probably like the UK, maybe somewhere in the middle between Australia and the UK, maybe very similar to Australia and New Zealand and stuff like that, shipping costs and all of that involved. And I hope that maybe in the future, we will also have some manufacturing here. Supply chain is the thing that Chinese people or Chinese companies do really, really well. So if we can learn from that, that would be very, very beneficial to growing our auto industry beyond just what our neighbors in the south are doing, because pretty much that's all the manufacturing right now is just from American brands. But, BYD would do well here, I would say. So I'm happy, and we'll see what this actually brings, because, the prices are going to be what they are, but I think they will be competitive. They also discussed tourism, and this is interesting, right? They want to bring in more tourists to Canada from China, which I always applaud. Why not? Tourism makes a lot of money for our country. Chinese have money to spend, so why not come to Canada and spend their hard-earned money here and travel and enjoy? But the cool thing is also, and this was mentioned in the Prime Minister's brief, is that China is considering to give Canadians visa-free travel to China for 30 days. And that's awesome. So if you guys have never been to China, well, I don't know when this is going to happen. Maybe at the end of the year, so maybe 2027, go to China. Trust me, you're going to enjoy it. The food is awesome. The sites are amazing. People are really lovely. I always say, don't judge a book by its cover until you go there and you experience it for yourself. And remove yourself from the notion of government and people, because the government can be one way, but the people are very different. And Chinese people are some of the most hospitable, nicest people you're ever going to meet, especially if you travel to their country. They're going to go out of their way to help you and make you feel at home. Which brings me to the final part. Now that Chinese EVs are coming to Canada, did you know that we do China EV tours? Maybe you didn't. Maybe you did. But if you didn't, well, click the QR code here. You'll be transported to our website. We currently only have one tour, but I am going to China in March. And we're going to be mapping out a brand new tour in the south, which will be available throughout the year because the weather is a bit warmer. And it's going to be awesome. So if you want to drive some Chinese EVs before they come to Canada, if you want to experience how it is to drive in China, travel in China, see some sights, eat a lot of good food, well, click the QR code here, check out our tours, email me if you have questions. The contact page on that website goes directly to me. I'll be happy to answer your questions. And I hope to see you in China soon because all the cars that will be coming here are already available over there, and we have access to these cars, so we can put a tour together, put a few cars together, and we can travel around the country, enjoy some good food, some beautiful sights, and drive some awesome Chinese EVs. Okay, so that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching this. If you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to tell me in the comments below, who do you think will be the first company to bring their EVs to Canada? I think it's going to be BYD, but you tell me what you think. I think it will be BYD, but I'm hoping for Zeekr. I really, really want a Zeekr. I still think about the Zeekr I drove in China, and if you haven't watched that video, I'll pop it up here. It's an amazing car, and it was like the second gen of that car. Now they have a fourth gen, probably even better. Oh, it was good already back then. Anyways, watch the video if you want to watch a video about the Zeekr and see some sights in China. Subscribe to us if you haven't subscribed yet. And yeah, check out China EV Tours. Join us in China. Drive some EVs. Have fun. Enjoy. Better to do that on a holiday than, I don't know, fly to Mexico. All right, take care. Bye.